Babylon is a system built on illusions. It is a structure of power designed to keep people in chains. Not physical chains, but mental ones. These chains are made of fear, ignorance, and greed. The system tells you what to think, what to want, and who to be. It creates a world where the few profit from the suffering of the many. This system, this Babylon, is fundamentally against the Rasta way of life. Why? Because Rasta represents a truth that Babylon cannot control. Rasta is a light that exposes the darkness of the system's lies. It is a spiritual awakening that threatens the very foundation of Babylon's power, which relies on keeping the people asleep and divided from their true selves and from each other. The conflict between Rasta and Babylon is not a simple disagreement. It is a spiritual war. It is a battle for the soul of humanity. Babylon fears Rasta not because of dreadlocks or music. It fears the consciousness that Rasta awakens. It fears the spirit of unity and love that Rasta promotes. This spirit is a direct challenge to Babylon's strategy of divide and conquer. The system needs you to be afraid of your neighbor. It needs you to see others as competitors, not as brothers and sisters. Rasta teaches the opposite. It teaches that we are all one family, children of the same Creator, Jah Allah God. This message of oneness is a powerful weapon against a system built on separation. The jealousy of the system is plain to see. Babylon's leaders look at the peace and wisdom found in the Rasta livity, and they become envious. They have all the material wealth in the world, yet their souls are empty. They see a people who have very little in terms of worldly possessions, but are rich in spirit, rich in community, and rich in self-knowledge. This spiritual wealth cannot be bought or sold. It cannot be controlled by banks or governments. So Babylon tries to crush it. It uses its laws, its police, and its media to paint a false picture of Rasta. It tries to make the world believe that Rasta is something to be feared, when in reality, it is Babylon that is the true source of fear and destruction. So we must unmask this system for what it is. It is a house of cards, built on a foundation of lies that are beginning to crumble. The leaders of Babylon are not gods. They are flawed humans, driven by a lust for power and control. They manipulate the narrative to maintain their position at the top of the pyramid. They fear the day when the people wake up and realize their own power. They fear the moment when we stop believing in their illusions and start believing in ourselves and in each other. Rasta is a key that can unlock the door to this awakening. It is a reminder of a different way to live, a way rooted in truth, love, and respect for all of creation. This is the real reason Babylon fights so hard against it. Babylon wants you to believe that its war on Rasta is about a plant. It wants you to focus on the herb, the ganja, so you miss the real point. The system creates a smokescreen to hide its true motives. The media, the politicians, the police, they all point their fingers at the herb. They call it a drug, a crime, a danger to society. This is a deliberate distraction. It is a classic move from the playbook of the oppressor. Create a scapegoat, a simple target for people to fear and hate. While everyone is arguing about a plant that grows naturally from the earth, Babylon continues its real work, the enslavement of the mind and the theft of our collective spirit. It is a trick as old as the empire itself. The real reason Babylon fights against the Rasta is because of the wisdom it unlocks. Rasta encourages critical thinking. It teaches you to question everything you have been told, to look beyond the surface and see the hidden structures of power. This is dangerous for a system that relies on blind obedience. Babylon wants soldiers, not thinkers. It wants consumers, not creators. The Rasta way encourages one to read, to study history, to understand the roots of oppression. When you understand how the system was built, you can begin to dismantle it. This knowledge, this wisdom, is the true threat. It is a light that Babylon cannot extinguish, no matter how hard it tries. It is the fire of truth in the mind. Furthermore, Babylon fears the love that is central to the Rasta message. This is not a weak, sentimental love. It is a powerful, revolutionary love. It is the love that sees the divine in every human being, regardless of race, class, or creed. It is the love that calls for justice and equality for all. This love breaks down the walls of division that Babylon works so hard to build. The system profits from hatred, from war, from pitting one group against another. The Rasta message of one love is a direct antidote to this poison. It is a call for unity that, if truly embraced, would cause the entire corrupt structure of Babylon to collapse from within, because it cannot survive in an atmosphere of genuine human connection. So, do not be fooled. When they talk about the herb, know that they are really talking about their fear. They fear a people who cannot be mentally enslaved. They fear a people who are connected to a higher spiritual source. They fear a people who refuse to hate and instead choose to love. The herb is just a sacrament, a tool for meditation and reasoning for some, but it is not the essence. The essence is the light of the Spirit, the power of wisdom, and the revolutionary force of love. This is what Babylon truly fights against. It is a battle for consciousness, and the system knows it is on the losing side when people begin to awaken to their own inner power and divine truth. One of Babylon's greatest tricks is its hypocrisy. The system creates laws to criminalize certain things for the masses, while the elite profit from those very same things behind closed doors. Look at the so-called war on drugs. For decades, Babylon has used this war to lock up millions of people, disproportionately poor and black people. Lives have been destroyed, families torn apart, and communities devastated. A man possessing a small amount of a natural herb can be branded a criminal for life, his future stolen from him. The system calls him a menace to society. All this is done under the banner of public safety and morality, a false righteousness that masks a deeper, more sinister game of control and profit. While the prisons fill up, who profits? Look closer. The same system that criminalizes the herb for the common person is now commercializing it for the rich. Large corporations, often connected to the very politicians who wrote the drug laws, are now making billions from cannabis. They rebrand it, package it, and sell it in fancy dispensaries. Suddenly, the plant is no longer a danger, but a wellness product. The hypocrisy is staggering. The system locks up a poor youth for selling a small bag on the corner, then praises a wealthy CEO for selling the same plant on the stock market. It is not about the plant. It is about who controls it and who profits from it. Babylon only rejects what it cannot control and tax. This pattern extends beyond just the herb. Consider alcohol. The system promotes alcohol everywhere. It is advertised during sporting events, celebrated in movies, and sold on almost every street corner. Yet alcohol is a substance that causes immense damage to society, from health problems to violence and addiction. But because Babylon's corporations profit from it, it is perfectly legal and socially acceptable. They profit from the sales, and then they profit again from the healthcare system that has to deal with the consequences. It's a vicious cycle of profit built on human suffering. A Rasta reasoning with a natural herb is a criminal, but a businessman getting drunk on a chemical poison is just having a good time. This is the twisted logic of Babylon. This selective criminalization is a tool of oppression. By making natural ways of life illegal, the system creates a permanent underclass. It gives the police an excuse to harass and control certain communities. It creates a cycle of poverty and incarceration that is difficult to escape. Babylon does not care about your health or well-being. It cares about power and money. It will criminalize a flower and legalize a poison if it serves its economic interests. Understanding this hypocrisy is crucial. We must see the laws not as moral guidelines, but as tools used by the ruling class to maintain their power and protect their profits, while punishing those who dare to live outside their prescribed system. Babylon does not work alone. It uses puppets from within our own communities to do its dirty work. It finds individuals who are hungry for a small piece of power or money and turns them into fake leaders. These individuals are given a platform, a title, and a little influence. In return, they help to keep the community in line. They work with corrupt police officers and politicians, feeding them information and helping to manage the population. They tell the youth to trust a system that is designed to destroy them. They preach a false gospel of compromise and obedience, all while taking their orders from the very forces of oppression they claim to be against. These fake leaders are masters of manipulation. They know how to speak the language of the street. They might look like us and talk like us, but their hearts are with Babylon. They attend community meetings and make passionate speeches about stopping the violence. But behind the scenes, they are part of the problem. They protect the drug dealers who pay them tribute and turn a blind eye to the corruption of the police who give them special treatment. They actively work to destroy the youth by creating an environment where crime seems like the only option. They push the youth towards the streets, towards a life of quick money and inevitable destruction, because a conscious, educated youth is a threat to their own small kingdom. The most tragic part is how they target the youth. A young person is full of energy and potential. They are looking for guidance, for a role model, for a path to follow. The fake leader preys on this. They present themselves as a figure of success, someone who has made it in the system. They offer the illusion of an easy way out. They tell the youth that school is a waste of time, that reading is for fools, and that the only way to get respect is through violence and crime. They are gatekeepers of ignorance, actively blocking the path to true knowledge and self-improvement because an empowered youth would no longer need them. They are selling a dream that always ends in a nightmare, prison, or an early grave. This is why we must be vigilant. We must learn to distinguish between real leaders and fake ones. A real leader uplifts the people. A real leader promotes education, self-respect, and unity. A real leader challenges the corrupt system, even at great personal risk. A fake leader, on the other hand, serves the system. They manage our oppression for a small reward. They are wolves in sheep's clothing, allies of the corrupt cops and politicians who profit from our suffering. They are a cancer within the community, and their influence is a poison that destroys the future of our youth by steering them away from their true path and into the waiting arms of Babylon's destructive machine. At its heart, the Rasta Livity is about a profound and all-encompassing unity. It is the understanding that all life is connected, that every human being is a sacred part of one divine creation. This is the principle of one love. It is not just a slogan on a t-shirt. It is a deep spiritual and political statement. It declares that the divisions of race, class, nation, and religion are illusions created by Babylon to keep us weak and fighting amongst ourselves. A true Rasta sees the face of Jah Allah God in every person, whether they are from Kingston or London, whether they are rich or poor, black or white. This recognition of shared divinity is the foundation for a truly just and peaceful world. This belief in oneness naturally leads to a commitment to peace and equality. If we are all part of the same creation, then to harm another is to harm oneself. To oppress another is to oppress a part of God. This is why a real Rasta stands against all forms of violence and injustice. They are a voice for the voiceless, a defender of the downtrodden. The Rasta way teaches respect for all beings, not just humans. It promotes a harmonious relationship with nature, seeing the earth as a living mother that provides for us, not a resource to be exploited for profit. This reverence for life in all its forms is a direct challenge to Babylon's culture of death, destruction, and endless consumption. Spiritual knowledge is the key that unlocks this consciousness. Rasta is not a religion of blind faith. It is a path of seeking and knowing. It encourages each individual to embark on their own journey to find the truth. This involves reasoning, deep conversation and contemplation, as well as studying sacred texts and history to understand the world and one's place in it. The goal is to achieve einity, the state where the individual I recognizes its connection to the universal whole. This is not about losing oneself, but about finding one's true, divine self. Babylon wants to keep you ignorant of your spiritual power, but Rasta teaches you to cultivate it, to nurture the light within. This is the message that the system wants to suppress. It is a message of universal love, radical equality, and personal spiritual empowerment. It is a message that cannot be co-opted or controlled. While Babylon tries to caricature Rasta as being only about music and smoking, the true Livity is a sophisticated spiritual and political philosophy. It offers a blueprint for a new way of living, one based on cooperation instead of competition, on love instead of fear, and on respect for all of creation as one unified family under the sight of the Most High. This is the essence of Rasta, and it is a light that shines brightly in the darkness of Babylon. To the youth, I say this: Babylon has laid a trap for you. It is a carefully designed maze, and the entrance is the street life. The system wants you to get lost in that maze. It wants you to believe that the path to power and respect is through crime, violence, and fast money. This is the greatest lie you will ever be told. The street life is a dead end. It is a revolving door that leads to one of two places: the prison or the cemetery. The temporary thrill, the flashy clothes, the illusion of power, it is all bait. Once you take it, the trap snaps shut, and Babylon has another soul in its grasp, another life to be ground down by its unforgiving gears. You must be wise enough to see the trap and brave enough to walk away from it. Your true power is not in a weapon or a gang. Your true power is in your mind. I urge you, leave the street life behind. Turn your back on the fake leaders who are trying to sell you a death sentence. Instead, pick up a book. Learn to read, and then read everything you can get your hands on. Read history, philosophy, science, and spirituality. Knowledge is the weapon that Babylon cannot defend against. An educated mind cannot be enslaved. When you learn about the world, you begin to see the lies of the system for what they are. You start to see the bars of the cage you were born into. Go to school, go to the library, go online and learn. Do not let anyone tell you that education is not for you. That is a lie spread by the agents of Babylon to keep you powerless. They want you to think it's cool to be ignorant, but there is nothing cool about being a pawn in someone else's game. Your ancestors fought and died for the right to read, for the right to be educated. Do not disrespect their sacrifice by throwing that opportunity away. Your education is your liberation. It is the tool you will use to build a better future for yourself, for your family, and for your community. It is how you break the cycle of poverty and oppression. Seek the truth beyond the lies you are fed every day. Question authority. Question what you see on the news. Question what you are told by politicians. Do not be a follower. Do not just follow the herd because the herd is being led over a cliff. Learn to think for yourself. Develop your own mind, your own principles, your own understanding of the world. Your potential is limitless, but you must choose to unlock it. The choice is yours. A short, brutal life in Babylon's trap, or a long, meaningful life dedicated to seeking knowledge, finding wisdom, and building a world based on truth and justice. Choose wisely. Your life depends on it. The time for sleeping is over. The alarms have been sounding for a long time, and now we must wake up. Babylon's system of injustice and deceit can only stand for as long as we allow it to. It is built on our division, our ignorance, and our fear. But we have the power to tear it down, not with bricks and fire, but with something far more powerful, a united consciousness, a collective spiritual awareness. We must stop fighting each other over the crumbs that Babylon throws from its table and start working together to claim the entire bakery, which is our birthright as children of the Most High. The struggle is not black against white, or poor against poor. It is the people against the system. This fight begins within. You must first liberate your own mind from the mental slavery that Babylon imposes. Turn off the noise of the media that is designed to distract and divide you. Seek out wisdom and knowledge. Connect with your spirit, with the divine light of Jah Allah God that resides within every one of us. This inner light is your compass and your shield. It will guide you through the darkness and protect you from the lies. When you are strong in spirit, you cannot be easily manipulated or controlled. You become a sovereign individual, a king or queen in your own right, no longer a subject of Babylon's corrupt empire. As we grow individually, we must also come together collectively. Find your brothers and sisters who are also on this path of awakening. Build communities based on love, trust, and mutual support. Share knowledge, share resources, and share strength. A single flame can be easily extinguished, but 1,000 flames burning together create a fire that cannot be put out. This is the power of unity. It is the force that Babylon fears most of all. Our collective light will expose the shadows where corruption and injustice hide. We must stand together, organized and disciplined, to demand justice and create the change we want to see in the world. So, let this be a call to action. Rise up. Stand firm in the truth of who you are. Reject the path of violence and crime that Babylon lays out for you. Embrace the path of wisdom, love, and spiritual growth. Let the light of your consciousness shine brightly. Do not be afraid, for the power of truth and love is greater than any army or government. The future is not yet written. We are the authors of our own destiny. Let us write a new chapter for humanity, one where Babylon falls and the people rise, united in peace, justice, and one love, guided by the eternal light of the Creator.